It's ugly as all hell, but it's absolutely the most durable plane that I've ever flown. Hey there, I'm John. This is Two Brothers RC, and this is me beating the hell out of the E-flite slow ultra stick. This red-headed stepchild of the airplane world can be your key to overcoming any anxiety that you had about flying in the woods. Ignore that voice in the back of your head saying, "Who the hell wants to fly in the woods, John?" A better question that you need to ask yourself is, who cares? If it gets beat up, it's not going to get any uglier. This thing is a damned tank. Enjoy the next minute and 45 seconds of nothing but the slow ultra stick getting creamed.
Ooh.
Whoops. The wind is not helping. Hit myself a bush.
Whoopsies.
Flop. Skill issue.
Oh.
Like I said, the slow ultra stick is the most durable plane that I've flown. It's not a bush plane, but it's definitely built like one. This bird clocks in at $200, and I bought it from my local shop, Hangar 18 Hobbies, here in Cary, North Carolina. Fully preparing to take this thing off-roading and planning to beat the absolute crap out of it, I replaced every servo with leftover Freewing metal servos and set it up for Flaperons out of the box. This thing can fly about as slow as you can walk if you're not afraid to give it some angle of attack.
This is probably my favorite slow flying plane that I've ever flown. Like for bush flying in general, especially with these timber tires that I put on here. Oof. Special thanks to Bullfrog96 and our Discord server for giving me the idea. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Even better, swapping the ESC and battery positions makes it even more capable and far easier to hover. If you want to fly in confined areas and push yourself out of your comfort zone, this is the ultimate plane to take into the woods and start learning with. The wing loading is really light, and the stick's planform is really forgiving, coupled with that light wing loading. Yeah, it stalls, but it's not violent. It takes so much abuse too. Every wreck that you've seen in this vid is on the same airframe, but I've been through 4 propellers.
That might have busted the prop, and it did.
Yep.
But it didn't hit you. That was the important thing.
I get it. Some guys think that this plane is overpriced, but you know what? I think it was worth the money that I spent. I love that Horizon sometimes does things like this and completely surprises me with a plane that's this capable, with only a few mods needed to make it perform. First up, the ESC and battery swap is super simple, just change the positions. It takes very little effort. You can also adjust the battery position and move it a little further back by loosening the battery tray set screw. After that, I set it up for Flaperons using 2 metal-geared servos, using both pushrods the plane came with and the longest servo arms I could find that would fit on those Freewing servos. I put the pushrods in the outer hole of the arm and the innermost hole of the Flaperon control horns. Next up is the elevator and rudder, both using Freewing servos, using the longest arms that I could find, both on the outermost servo arm hole and the innermost control horn hole. Then I zip-tied and CA glued a carbon rod to the rudder and elevator push rods to stiffen them up and prevent flexing under aerodynamic loads. Better safe than sorry for the kind of flying that I want it to do. I also unlocked the stock receiver and cranked up the pitch gains to give it artificial stability with its new aft center of gravity, making it fly stupid good. The wing load and plan form make flying in almost any environment a lot easier than it would be with any other plane, including the Fun Cub that I bought a while back. Yes, I do have a Fun Cub, and yes, it is going to get posted at some point. Even that pales in comparison to how easy this thing is to fly. One of the reasons why I'm able to fly without anxiety and work on improving my skills, and trust me, I've still got a lot to learn, is that I consistently put myself into stressful situations and force myself to fly through them until flying stopped giving me anxiety. That's why I can do what I do. And if I can do this, so can you. Flying is not a talent that you're born with. Flying is a skill that you hone through constant practice. The more you expose yourself to anxiety-inducing flight situations, the less anxiety your brain will feel as you keep getting into those situations to begin with. Eventually, you stop feeling anxiety for the most part, and you can focus on flying without anxiety-induced dumb thumbs. I've got a stack of 4 timber rudders that I went through to back this claim up, too. Back to the price point, there's a loud contingent of people out there that try to claim that every airplane that looks simple is overpriced because it's not a bunch of molded foam. But those same guys would also complain that flying beer coolers are too expensive because balsa is better. Yeah, at being more expensive and much harder to repair and much less suitable for this kind of goofy flying that I'm doing here. Look, I love balsa, but it has its place. Is this worth $200? I think that's going to come down to you and your budget. If you want something goofy to mess around with to practice bush flying in the woods like the guys at Tail Heavy Productions inspired me to, then this plane is a solid choice. If you're looking for it to be something it isn't, it's not meant to be the Mona Lisa, guys. It's a stik. Maybe set your standards a little lower so you won't be disappointed next time. The Slow Ultra Stik ticks off all of my boxes for a fun plane that kicks ass and is approachable for pilots of basically every skill level. This isn't a true review vid, so I'm not even going to bother giving it a score. I simply love this plane, and it comes highly recommended from me. There is a link in the description if you want to pick one up to support the channel. Otherwise, I'd say just get it from your local hobby shop and help your local dudes out. Send some of your money back into your community and shop local. The Slow Ultra Stik comes highly recommended, and I can't say enough good things about it. And if you do choose to support the channel, hey, really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Yes, it did have some issues with the gear at one point, but the new set of gear that I'm flying on have taken tons of abuse, and the plane just doesn't care. Horizon does listen when issues are found, and they eventually do fix those issues. I have beaten this thing to hell and back, and it's been taking it like some kind of airplane prisoner suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. If you want a rugged do-it-all plane, this one is it. And if you just want to fly aerobatics and enjoy throwing a stick around, it'll do that too. Thanks for watching, and join up on our Discord server to share your own bush adventures with us. And if you want to see more of what this plane is capable of, swing by Tail Heavy Productions and check out their vid on the Slow Ultra Stik, also linked in the description. For now, and hopefully for as long as I can be, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.